My brother, yeah. My brother, yeah. My brother, yeah.
Coming in from Inglewood.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Hoopy, your host, one of them brothers from Inglewood podcast, coming to you live and direct once again. I want to share an interesting topic, but before I do, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all of your comments that you place in the chat. Thank you for your support and sharing this platform with others. I'm going to ask that you would do the same today. Like, subscribe, share, and ring the notification button so that you will be abreast as to when we're airing a fresh and new episode. Listen, this has been a very encouraging journey. A lot of times we have, tried to gather informative, interesting, entertaining information so that you can enjoy and that you can also feel a part of. We have, strategically tried to go out and get talent to bring into the studio to just share the testimonies, to enlighten you on some of the things that they're doing and in some of the industries that you may be familiar with. I know a lot of times we talk about social issues, we talk about sports, we talk about relationships, we talk about business. But today, I just really feel compelled to make mention of a matter that I believe matters to us in Southern Cal. And it is the Los Angeles Lakers. I have been disheartened by the lack of championships, lack of success, lack of continuity with the players, and just the entire, team concept. The organization, has been much different since, the late Dr. Jerry Buss has transitioned. Jeannie Buss being, at his side all those years, learning the business, knowing so much about the intricacies of, basketball and things, of that nature. But, it hasn't translated. I still don't see the charm. I don't see the charisma that Dr. Buss brought to the organization. Yes, I was very pleased to bring in LeBron James. LeBron James is probably one of my favorite players, especially in this era and dispensation. But I do think that a lot of his influence has spilled over into major business decisions. And I don't think that you just allow a player to impact your organization in that manner if it's not a form of equality there. I think LeBron James, in his history, he has clashed with many head coaches. He has also taken on the reputation of being a coach killer. I just feel like, we deserve as residents of Los Angeles, as Laker supporters. I don't like to consider myself a fan of anything, but I am an enthusiast, and so I am enthusiastic about the organizations that represent Los Angeles, especially being the Lakers. But I just want to talk specifically about the Lakers and their decision-making process, especially pertaining to a head coach. Now, from my understanding, it hasn't been made official, but the Lakers are considering hiring J.J. Redick. Now, I did read something. This is what I saw in the media pertaining to UConn's coach, Dan Hurley, who actually turned down a major contract to coach the Los Angeles Lakers. And, I'm sure that there were a lot of stipulations that he probably didn't agree to and didn't see himself fitting in that particular way. However, coaching college and having 2 years of back-to-back championships and success there does not make you a NBA coach. It does not make you, the great fit for historical NBA franchises. The Los Angeles Lakers, the Boston Celtics, Chicago Bulls, Detroit Pistons, these are major organizations who have had great success throughout the years of their existence. And I just think those are some really, really big shoes to fill. We know that Coach Darwin Ham wasn't as successful as we would have liked him to be, and the Lakers chose to fire him. And now we're looking at J.J. Redick, who I'm almost sure they're going to hire. And J.J. Redick has no coaching experience. We don't even know if he ever coached his kids. And so we know he's an analyst. We know that he's been in television for, the last 5 or 6 years. And he's created a splash there. But I don't know if he can influence a locker room. I don't know if he can lead men, especially that are in close proximity of his age group, through a storied franchise like the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I know that he and LeBron James have a great relationship, but it seems like LeBron James really gravitates to guys that he can influence or that he can pretty much, bully. Some coaches other than Coach Silas, I don't think LeBron James tried or attempted to influence the situation to where he had the upper hand. Now, this is what I've come to understand through some of the things on social media. The Los Angeles Lakers has a strong interest in hiring J.J. Redick, and with the firing of Darwin Ham, we know that there's a major vacancy there. But I believe that the Lakers are going to need a more influential, successful coach of any ethnicity to come in and manage this program to take it back to prowess. It is a fact, and I know a lot of people will say, hey, you're playing the race card. We know that there is a dismal percentage of Afro-American coaches, male and female, throughout the sports industry. We know that. We know that there's a lack of head coaches in the NFL, a lack of managers in the National Baseball Association. There's a lack of coaches on the college levels. There's a lack of coaches that are of minority descent in all facets of sports. And I think, realistically, that if we take a look at qualification versus race, we will still agree that a lot of these people don't qualify to succeed at these high levels. We need more general managers, and I'm not saying that because you were a great player, you will make a good general manager, male or female. I'm not saying that because of the disparity in the hiring process of Afro-American people that you should just insert them, because I believe that you should have skill, qualification, and ability to be a general manager. So I'm not knocking why a lot of these positions aren't filled by other ethnicities. I will say, though, that there are more than capable people that are of color that can fill these positions, who are educated, who have the experience, and that I believe can do well. When you look at the whole situation, the majority of the athletes, especially in basketball and football, they're Afro-American. How would it not be a good fit to have someone who looks the same, speaks the same language, understands the culture, can relate, are relevant to players that represent your organization? Well, that's another platform, that's another discussion, but I still believe that talking from this subject of the Los Angeles Lakers and decision making really ties into how we see business. I want to read something else that that really caught my attention, and this was a really recent situation that we saw on television pertaining to black athletes. I think they tried to use the Caitlin Reese controversy as a means to exploit or expose race. Okay, it has developed into being more than just two competitive athletes competing against each other, to now cultural differences, and making that the plight and the emphasis of their situations. Well, first of all, they both represent the WNBA. They both play the same sport. They are striving for the same goal, which is to win a WNBA championship, and so on. They're just trying to be successful. But we also have to look at, this is their first year. They're both rookies. They're both trying to find their way to establish what we hope to be a long tenured career. So when you get in front of that, you have to go to management. You have to go back to the general manager. Well, start with the owner, go to the general manager, and then go with the coaches. And it still points us to the fact that a lot of us are being managed by people that either lack the experience, lack empathy, lack the wisdom to make sound decisions, but also lack relevancy. If you're not relevant, relatable, and I would say hands-on with the culture, hands-on with people, then it's going to be hard to really manage and be influential in a general manager or in a coaching position. And so I think, I'm going to ask you guys, since you're watching, but you're also familiar with the sports teams that are in California. We just so happen to be in Southern California, but there are teams up north and that are going through similar situations. Look at the Golden State Warriors. They're getting ready to dismantle the team. This team has had great success. I think the shooting guard, Thompson, is not comfortable with the negotiations pertaining to a new contract. He feels like he should be paid more. He's seeking other opportunities, other places, and the Golden State Warriors are not really trying to sign him or re-sign him for what he's asking for. Change is inevitable, and we all should be flexible when it comes to change. But I realize that a lot of people don't do well with change. Change is a big problem for a lot of people. They don't know how to adjust. They don't know how to transition. They don't know how to move. They don't know how to, like a friend of mine who I worked with many years ago, he said that a lot of people don't know how to twist. They just don't. They don't know how to get out of the way so that they won't be hit or blindsided by something that can be detrimental to their health and to their success. Okay. Getting back to the Lakers organization, we know that LeBron James has a lot of influence. We know that he has had great success on and off the court. We know that there is an issue with his son Bronny, who is now officially an NBA prospect. He has given up his amateur status to pursue a professional career. His agent, Rich Paul, had already put it out there that he was only willing to work out for two teams, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Phoenix Suns. I saw the other day that he did work out for the Los Angeles Lakers, and he has worked out for the Phoenix Suns. And so with that being said, you go from number one, a non-pro prospect, to actually being invited to the NBA Combine. You get in the Combine, you do extremely well. Now your name is buzzing in a more positive sense, okay? Because what he did in camp was live and in person. And so regardless to what other people think and what other people say, he did well in the NBA camp, okay? So that helped his status. That did help him out. Now, for your agent to be such an influential and successful agent to say to every other NBA franchise, we're not willing to work out for you, we're only willing to work out for two organizations, as I aforementioned. And that's what they did. Now, the draft is coming up really soon, and he is now projected to be a first rounder as opposed to not even being drafted at all. And then the Los Angeles Lakers, knowing that LeBron James will be, or he could be right now, a unrestricted free agent, and he wants to play with his son. That's his dream. That's been his vision. Now it is here. And no one can be mad at LeBron James for wanting to play with his son and also make history. He has been making history since he left high school. And so LeBron James has proven to be a visionary. He has proven to be successful at what he does. And now he has an opportunity to play for a franchise along with his son. Now, will his son be drafted? Of course. Does LeBron have a lot to do with it? Of course. I think by him bearing the namesake will always grant him some form of opportunity. But I personally think Bronny James is a very good player. I think Bronny James is an NBA player. It was unfortunate that he had health challenges that, really hampered his freshman year, his sophomore year as well. But I do think that he has the skill, he has the ability, he has the talent to play on the NBA level. Now, experience is very important. You need that experience. But what better experience can one have other than growing up, playing, training, and being developed by your Hall of Fame dad? Now, I think by him having the opportunity to be hands-on with his father has been and has been just an immense opportunity to get better. And I believe that has helped him thus far in his career. The last thing I want to say to you is, why would Jeannie Buss Pelinka, as general manager, go out to choose a coach with no experience? Is that business? Is that the only way to keep LeBron James in a Lakers uniform? Because LeBron is friends with JJ Redick. Is that also a moneymaker as it relates to them signing? Because they have already said if Bronny James goes into the draft and they have an opportunity, they're going to draft him. So you can't fault the Lakers for making a business decision. Do they have to tell us what they're doing? Of course not. But looking from the seat where we sit, it is obvious that it's all business. That this is not about winning championships. This is not about being a stellar team. This is not about creating proper continuity in the locker room among the players. This is about money. This is about business. This is about who they can put in the seats, not only to pay the players that are on their rosters, but also succeed as business owners. So this is business 101 at its finest. And what better way to generate it than have a father and son make history in your franchise. So I wanted to just come on briefly and share my thoughts about the Lakers organization and their decision making, because as a taxpayer, even though the Lakers organization is in the private sector, it's entertainment, it's choice, it's preference. This is not so much mandatory, but they pay their players based on ticket sales, by the merchandise that they sell, by the concessions, the parking, all the above. We pay the salaries of not only the players, but the administration as well. So I believe I have a right to chime in. And then having close ties to the Lakers organization, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar being my all-time favorite, Magic Johnson being a great influence to me, as a young guy, playing basketball, developing in the city of Inglewood. And then, of course, one of my mentors, Byron Scott, who played for the Los Angeles Lakers, who represented our city well, my teammate, Eldon Campbell, who we got a chance to play together throughout high school. And, my late coach, Carl Franklin, rest in peace, who also loved the Lakers. It was his favorite team. So we're Laker fans by sort of, it's by preference, but we really had no choice. This is what we grew up seeing, playing basketball across the street at Kelso Elementary with all of my buddies, seeing the Forum packed out, cars everywhere, and we were in front of the Inglewood Forum, and the cameras come rolling by just to get snippets of us kids playing on the playground, because that was the culture. And the Showtime Lakers was the era that most of us were a part of, and we took those moments and applied them to our own games and to our own lives. And so we feel a big part of the Lakers' success and the organization altogether. So I wanted to just mention this, and I want to ask you, please chime in, give me some of your thoughts. Who would be a better fit as a head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers? What do we need? How do we go about obtaining that? And should J.J. Redick be our coach for the Los Angeles Lakers? So I'm looking forward to talking to you again on other subjects. I'm going to ask you like, subscribe, share, ring the notification button so that you'll be abreast as to when we're airing fresh and new content. This episode is coming to a close, and we're going to come back with something new really soon. Take care. Peace.